let's go to the live press being conducted by Ministry of External Affairs.
Side of creating a new command in the aftermath, of course, of the May conflict. How do you see that as for regional stability? And also, we have seen a lot of commentary by the Pakistani Prime Minister, by Bilawal Bhutto and other top officials, including, of course, by the Field Marshal Munir in Pakistan, in US, on the nuclear threat. How do you see all these comments, and what's your assessment?
Okay. Keshav.
Good evening, sir. Keshav Padmanabhan from the Print. Last week, we've seen that Israel has expanded its military escalation in Gaza with the goal of having more military control over the Strip. Is there any reaction from the government of India with regards to this, given the current, stories of starvation being reported in the Strip? Is there any positional change in the government of India with regards to this action? Thank you.
Sahil.
Sir, I'm Sahil Pandey from ANI News Agency. On 11th August, Court of Arbitration issued an award on issues of journal interpretation of IWT. What is India's take on it?
Madhu.
सर, भारत और अमेरिका के रिश्ते जहां पर खड़े हैं और जिस तरह से ट्रंप ने 50% टैरिफ इंडिया पर इम्पोज किया है, उसके बाद क्या कुछ बातचीत भारत और अमेरिका के बीच चल रही है? कई ऐसे डिफेंस डील हैं जिनके डिरेल होने की भी खबरें सामने आ रही हैं। तो क्या माना जाए कि भारत और अमेरिका के संबंध जो हैं अब एक तरह से बेपटरी हो चुके हैं? इस पर मौजूदा जो स्थिति है उस पर आपका क्या कमेंट?
ठीक है, उमाशंकर
सिंह, इंडिपेंडेंट जर्नलिस्ट। अमेरिका की तरफ से एक और बयान आया है जिसमें कि यूएस ट्रेजरी सेक्रेटरी ने कहा है कि अगर पुतिन ट्रंप बातचीत फेल होती है तो रूस के तेल खरीद की वजह से भारत पे और ज़्यादा टैरिफ लगाया जाएगा। इस पे आपकी प्रतिक्रिया?
Okay, so now first let me come to Siddhant, your question. We have seen several statements as you rightly referred. We have seen reports regarding a continuing pattern of reckless, warmongering and hateful comments from Pakistani leadership against India. It is well known that known modus operandi of the Pakistani leadership to whip up anti-India rhetoric time and again to hide their own failures. Pakistan would be well advised to temper its rhetoric, as any misadventure will have painful consequences, as was demonstrated recently. On some the other questions that you asked, some parts of your question, we've already made our statement very clear, so I would refer you to them. जो हिंदी के यहाँ पर श्रोतागण हैं उनके लिए मैं अंग्रेज़ी में जो हमने वक्तव्य दिया है उसको मैं हिंदी में रूपांतर कर देता हूँ। हमने भारत के खिलाफ पाकिस्तानी नेतृत्व के लापरवाह, युद्ध भड़काने वाले और नफ़रत भरे बयानों के निरंतर सिलसिले पर रिपोर्टें देखी हैं। अपनी नाकामियों को छुपाने के लिए बार बार भारत विरोधी बयानबाजी को हवा देना पाकिस्तानी नेतृत्व का जाना माना तरीका है, जिससे आप भली भांति अवगत हैं। पाकिस्तान को सलाह देते हैं कि वह अपनी बयानबाजी में संयम रखे, क्योंकि जैसा कि अभी हाल ही में हमने देखा था और आप लोगों ने भी देखा था, किसी भी प्रकार के दुस्साहस का परिणाम दर्दनाक होगा। Keshav, on the conflict, see, our position on the conflict has been clear and consistent. There has been no change. We continue to call for a ceasefire, unconditional release of all hostages, continued supply of humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza, and we stand for a two-state solution. So there is no change. Our position is clear and consistent on this particular issue. Sahil, yes, we have, on your question regarding the award, India has never accepted the legality legitimacy or competence of the so-called Court of Arbitration. Its pronouncements are therefore without jurisdiction, devoid of legal standing, and have no bearing on India's rights of utilization of waters. India also categorically rejects Pakistan's selective and misleading references to the so-called award. As reiterated in a press release of 27 June 2025, the Indus Waters Treaty stands in abeyance by a sovereign decision of the Government of India, taking in response to Pakistan's continued sponsorship of cross-border terrorism, including the barbaric Pahalgam attack. मधु, भारत अमेरिका के रिश्तों के बारे में बात किया आपने। हमारे दोनों देशों के रिश्ते एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप है, जैसा कि आप जानते हैं। ये जो हमारे रिश्ते हैं, द्विपक्षीय रिश्ते, ये आपसी इंटरेस्ट यानी कि शेयर्ड इंटरेस्ट जो हैं दोनों देशों के लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों और हमारे दोनों देशों के लोगों के बीच में जो परस्पर बहुत मजबूत रिश्ते हैं उन पर आधारित हैं। ये रिश्ते कई एक ट्रांजिशन और चैलेंजेस को इन्होंने देखा है, उसका सामना किया है। अभी हमारा उद्देश्य है कि हम हमारी जो सब्सटेंटिव एजेंडा है दोनों देशों के बीच में, उस पर हम अपने को केंद्रित रखें। और ये हमारा मानना है और आशा है कि ये साझेदारी आने वाले दिनों में म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट और शेयर्ड इंटरेस्ट के बेसिस पे ये आगे बढ़ती रहेगी। Some of the people would like to hear this in English, I guess. India and the United States share a comprehensive global strategic partnership anchored in shared interests, democratic values, and robust people-to-people ties. This partnership has weathered several transitions and challenges, as we had said earlier as well. We remain focused on the substantive agenda that the two countries have committed to, and we hope that the relationship will continue to move forward based on mutual respect and shared interests. मधु, आपका दूसरा सवाल भारत अमेरिकी रक्षा सहयोग को भी लेके था। भारत और अमेरिका के बीच में जो रक्षा सहयोग है बड़े मजबूत हैं। पिछले कई दशकों में दोनों देशों के बीच में कई एक समझौते हुए हैं जो इसको एक आयाम, एक मजबूत रूप देते हैं। ये रिश्ते पिछले कुछ सालों में, दशकों में काफ़ी इसका फैलाव बढ़ा है। इसी महीने एक डिफेंस पॉलिसी टीम अमेरिका से आने वाली है और साथ ही साथ जो दोनों देशों के बीच में युद्ध अभ्यास, जॉइंट मिलिट्री एक्सरसाइज जो होता है, उसका 21वीं कड़ी उस युद्ध अभ्यास का 21वीं जॉइंट मिलिट्री एक्सरसाइज का नाम युद्ध अभ्यास है। ये इसी महीने अलास्का में होने वाली है। साथ ही साथ दोनों देश इस पर बातचीत कर रहे हैं कि जो 2+2 का इंटरसेशनल मीटिंग होता है, उसका वर्किंग लेवल जो मीटिंग होता है, वो भी इस महीने दोनों देश करने के लिए आपस में बातचीत कर रहे हैं। जहाँ तक डिफेंस एक्विजिशन की बात हो, इसमें जो प्रोक्योरमेंट प्रोसेस है वो चल रहा है, जो एस्टैब्लिश प्रोसीजर्स है उसके हिसाब से। फॉर the India-US defense partnership, underpinned by foundational defense agreements, is an important pillar of the bilateral partnership. This robust cooperation has strengthened across several domains. We are expecting a US defense policy team to be in Delhi in mid-August. The 21st edition of the joint military exercise Yuddha Abhyas is also expected to take place in later this month in Alaska. Both sides remain engaged to convene the 2+2 intersessional meeting at the working level towards the end of this month. As far as the question of defense acquisition is concerned, the procurement processes continue as per established procedures. इसी से लगा हुआ सवाल उमा आपका था। देखिए, जहाँ तक टैरिफ का बात है उस पर हम लोगों ने अपना स्टेटमेंट दिया है, तो मैं चाहूँगा कि हमारे जो स्टेटमेंट हम लोगों ने पिछले कुछ दिनों में दिए हैं उस पर अपना ध्यान केंद्रित करें। Can we take more questions? Abhishek?
Hi, sir. Abhishek Jha, I'm an independent journalist. The two recent news
of Indians, financial and enforcement agencies. Thank you, sir.
कृष्ण मोहन
सर, कृष्ण मोहन शर्मा, भारत एक्सप्रेस से। मेरा सवाल पाकिस्तान से ही है। जो आपने बात कही उससे आगे पाकिस्तान ने एक स्टेटमेंट दिया है कि इस मैटर को IWT को हम इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट में ले जाएंगे, क्योंकि भारत को कोई अधिकार नहीं है कि नैसर्गिक पानी के प्रवाह को वो रोक सके।
ऋषभ?
So good evening, Rishabh from Times Now. So there have been 3 such incidents in last 1 week, 2 in Ireland, 1 in Canada, where people of Indian origin or Indian nationals for that matter have been attacked. And these have been racial attacks. To say, one Indian gentleman who was in Dublin was attacked to an extent that he was taken to hospital by a local. A 6-year-old was actually asked to go back to India. And in Canada, we saw a video coming out where an Indian couple was harassed by some young Canadians. If there's a stand that India has taken and a statement that I can expect.
Okay. Hare?
Good evening, sir. Hare Maheshwari, Sputnik, sir. The Brazilian president had said that he would host an online meeting of BRICS nation to discuss a coordinated response to US tariffs. We've also seen Prime Minister Modi having spoken to the Brazilian and the Russian president in recent days. Does India also see a role for BRICS as far as the US tariffs are concerned? Thank you.
Okay. Abhishek, first coming to your question regarding External Affairs Minister's proposed visit. He is expected to visit Moscow for the 26th session of the India-Russia Intergovernmental Commission on Trade, Economic, Technological and Cultural Cooperation. This is to happen later this month. We will share with you further updates at the appropriate time. As also regarding the SR talks, we, as you are well aware of our position, we will announce this visit at the appropriate time and keep you updated in this regard. On RIC, no discussions have been held on this matter. Ayanksha, regarding a question on SCO, again, I would like to remind that we will announce such visits at the appropriate time, and we'll keep you updated with the substantive part of the agenda as well. Krishman, IWT पे जो अभी देखिए in response to the court of arbitrations, I gave a detailed response. As also on IWT, you have made our position very clear on several occasions. So I would refer you to our statement, as also I said in response to Sahil's question on the award that has been given, which we do not recognize. Rishabh, on your question, yes, there have been several cases of violence against Indian nationals in Ireland. You would have seen several of these reports. We have strongly taken up this matter with the Irish authorities in Dublin as well as with the embassy here. We note that both the President of Ireland as also the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, they have publicly condemned these deplorable acts of violence. Our embassy in Dublin is in touch with the victims. They are also in touch with our community members and is extending all possible support. We've also recently, you would have seen, we have issued an advisory for Indian nationals resident in Ireland. We hope that the issues will settle On Canada, again, as far as safety and security of our nationals are concerned, we take them very seriously. Our mission, as well as our consulates, they are in close touch with the community members. And as and when there's an issue which needs to be flagged as far as security is concerned, we do them. We take it to the local law enforcement authorities for appropriate action. There is a question regarding on the question of what President Lula spoke about of a virtual meeting. India, as you know, is a member of the BRICS group, and we continue to remain in touch with member countries to discuss issues of shared interest. More questions? Vijayalakshmi?
सर विजयलक्ष्मी हूँ इंडिया टीवी से। सर इस तरह की न्यूज़ रिपोर्ट्स थी कि यूएनजीए की जो मीटिंग है सितंबर में, उसमें प्रधानमंत्री जाएंगे, और क्या कोई द्विपक्षीय वार्ता भारत और अमेरिका के बीच में वहाँ पर होने की संभावना है?
Megha?
So there are reports floating that China and India are now moving on, resuming talks with regards to border trade, which includes India importing critical minerals and also exporting pharmaceuticals and fertilizers. Could you shed more light into this?
Yeshi?
This is Yeshi Seli from Business India. Recently, the US State Department declared Balochistan Liberation Army as designated them as a terrorist organization. Does India have anything to say on that?
Andre?
Thank you. Andres Kipani, Financial Times. President Lula early this morning said that he's coming in January with a delegation to India. He spoke to your Prime Minister, he's coming in January to India. Could you confirm that, and if this was our understanding that he was invited by Prime Minister Modi to come here? Thank you.
Rishabh? Sorry, Siddhant.
Hi, sir. I'm Siddhant from CNN News 18. Sir, I have two questions. One has already been asked by my other colleague. Sir, one is regarding this proposal by President Lula that he wants to hold virtual meeting of BRICS nations, to issue joint statement, some kind of a joint statement on tariff. In fact, he did speak to Prime Minister Modi also the other day. Also, my second question is, sir, he has also spoken about BRICS nation coming up with an alternative to dollar, alternative currency to dollar. Your comments on that? Thank you.
So first, Vijayalakshmi, to your question regarding visit to UNG, sorry. देखिए, इस बात पे अभी कोई निर्णय नहीं हुआ है कि प्रधानमंत्री यूएनजीए के दौरे पे जाएंगे या नहीं। तो इस पे जैसा कि मैंने पहले भी लोगों को बताया था कि इस पे अभी कोई निर्णय नहीं हुआ है। फॉर दोज हु वुड लाइक टू हियर दिस इन इंग्लिश, इट हैज़ नॉट yet been decided if Prime Minister would be going for the UN General Assembly or not. I hope that clarifies, because a lot of people were talking about it. Megha, on the border trade, see, this has been part of India-China conversation in several of our meetings. We have remained engaged with the Chinese side to facilitate the resumption of border trade through all the designated trade points, namely Lipulekh Pass in Uttarakhand, Shipkila Pass in Himachal Pradesh, and Nathula Pass in Sikkim. If there are further updates or any updates, we'll keep you informed. Andres, see, we had gone to Rio to attend the BRICS summit. We also paid a state visit. We visited Brasilia for the state visit, and at that time, Prime Minister invited, as is normal in bilateral ties, invited President Lula to visit India at an appropriate time. Siddhant, on your question, first part of your question I've already answered, because Dheere asked the same question. On the second part of your question regarding alternative currency, let me say that we have made our position very clear on this issue earlier as well. De-dollarization is not part of India's financial agenda. Oh yes, sorry, we have taken note of developments. I have no further comments to make, Yashi. नीरज.
सर नमस्कार, मैं नीरज दुबे प्रभा साक्षी से. सर एक मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट की टिप्पणी पर इजरायली राजदूत ने जो कहा उस पर विदेश मंत्रालय की क्या प्रतिक्रिया है?
ठीक है, जेसिका.
This is Jessica Taneja for DD India. Well, the US State Department has released its India 2024 Human Rights Report, which is also part of their annual country report. It criticizes India for its human rights record. Any comments on that?
Please.
So this is Aditya. I just wanted to ask, the UK has added India to the fast track deportation list. However, there has been no update about the status of the Indian fugitives who have gone missing in UK. So what is your take on it?
So first, coming to Neeraj's question. नीरज, इस मसले का संज्ञान हमने लिया है. जहाँ तक भारत का पोजीशन का सवाल है इस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट पे, इसको हम लोगों ने कई एक बार जाहिर किया है हमारे पब्लिक स्टेटमेंट्स के ज़रिए. सो अदर्स वुड लाइक टू गेट इट इन इंग्लिश. वी आर अवेयर ऑफ दिस इशू. As far as India's position on that conflict is concerned, it has been publicly stated on numerous occasions. Jessica, on our comments on the human rights report recently released by the US State Department, as we have always maintained, these reports are a mix of imputations, misrepresentations, and one-sided projections that demonstrate a poor understanding of India's democratic framework, pluralistic society, and robust institutional mechanisms for protecting human rights. We do not attach any credence to such biased assessments. We remain focused on advancing human rights of our people through inclusive governance and development. Aditya, yes, we have seen that some new regulations have been undertaken in the UK. India and the UK, we are together working to promote skilled migration, to promote legal migration, even as we work together to curb illegal migration. We have, towards this end and objective, we have signed India-UK Mobility Partnership Agreement. And this particular agreement, as per this agreement, both countries have agreed that foreign nationals who lose the right to reside in the other country may be deported to the country of origin. This, of course, will happen only after nationality verification of the concerned person takes place. In this new deport now, appeal later announcement, it provides the person who has been deported with the right to appeal against the removal even after deportation. So that is something that is new. As far as your questions regarding the person whom are wanted, we are pursuing those matters through appropriate channels. Hello? You're almost like the night watchman or the 11th batsman, huh?
Kalol from the Hindu. So what's your expectation from the Alaska summit between President Putin and President Donald Trump? India has been, working the telephone for the last few days. Has India played any role in facilitating this summit? Is there some Indian contribution to it that you may like to share with us?
So on the, you would have seen a statement. We did issue a statement welcoming the understanding reached between the United States and the Russian Federation for a meeting in Alaska on 15th August. This meeting holds the promise, as we had said, of bringing to an end the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and opening up the prospects for peace. As Prime Minister has said, Narendra Modi has said before on several occasions, this is not an era of war. India therefore endorses the upcoming summit. So we are endorsing the upcoming summit meeting and stands ready to support these efforts. With that, we come to the close of this press briefing. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.